Boston Calling kicks off the unofficial start to summer with a celebration of sound. The festival returning to Harvard Stadium with new faces.
It's just a very full circle moment for me.
New music. And all the excitement fans expect.
We've been wanting to play Boston Calling pretty much since it began.
Coming up, you'll hear from the performers who call New England home.
It just feels just more surreal, just honored to be able to actually participate a second time around.
This is home for me. I think it feels like home for all of us.
And those who've played the festival and come back for more.
The sound was so amazing and so present, and the whole experience was so exhilarating.
As we welcome dozens of artists to the city.
We all have big dreams, and we don't realize that we're a lot closer to them than we think.
And some of the best food Boston has to offer.
You're feeling the vibe with the great music, and you're like, you know what sounds good? A bowl of mac and cheese.
All that and much more in this WBZ Boston Calling Music Festival special. Happy Memorial Day weekend and welcome to the WBZ Boston Calling Music Festival special. I'm Lisa Hughes. This three-day festival kicks off the summer season in Boston as thousands of music fans will pack the grounds here at the Harvard Athletic Complex. Over the next half hour, you'll meet some of the up-and-coming artists in Boston's music scene as they get ready to take the stage at Boston Calling. Truly, one of the highlights of this festival is the focus on local artists. And this year, 12 bands from our area will play the Orange Stage, 4 each day. One of them features 3 sisters with a great energy and sound that just feels like home. Here's Penny Commit with the Wolff sisters.
There's just something about New England that makes artists put a pen to paper and capture the essence of the beauty of the Northeast. For the Wolff sisters, it's practically part of their genes.
Taking in all of that scenery of different parts of New England, it just ended up in the lyrics of our songs, and it's sort of the fabric of like the imagery of what we lay into all of our songs and music. So we like to think that we're like New England Americana, and all of the storytelling in it is the basis of it is just New England.
Rebecca, Rachel, and Kat Wolff grew up honing their musical talents at their home in Canton, rehearsing in their father's woodshop and listening to musical icons like Bob Dylan and the Rolling Stones. Their father is also a musician and makes his own instruments. It seems their musical gifts only bring them closer together, which may come in handy as they get ready to take the stage at Boston Calling this year.
It's sort of a privilege to get to play with together as sisters and family. I feel like just because we grew up together and have been playing music with each other since we were young kids, that we're sort of on the same wavelength in a different way that I felt than with other musicians. We don't have to like communicate like with words, like we just know each other so well and know the backgrounds of like our music influences so well that if someone plays something, like we just get it right away. So I think that's sort of the fun part of playing with siblings.
Can I have my comment time?
We definitely are goofier together. You won't see me like this around anybody else, which is really fun.
2, 3, Quebeca!
The indie band has been working tirelessly to find their sound and continue to grow and evolve as musicians. Finding a balance between the two can be a challenge, especially when it comes to social media promotion.
I think it's a great tool, but I also think oversaturation, you're kind of fighting just everybody has a free publisher and not everybody maybe needs that platform. But everyone should have a chance to follow their dreams. So what is true will prosper, and if you just are honest and authentic, then someone's going to connect with it.
In 2023, rising star and fellow New England native Noah Kahan saw immense success following his portrayal of New England in his album Stick Season. The Wolff sisters are following down a similar path, turning to their childhoods and their memories of growing up here as inspiration for their own music. evident in their albums like Dark River.
I moved to LA, I noticed the difference the most. I feel like New England's just real, and maybe people aren't the nicest on the surface, but they're more real on the inside. And I don't want to say are kinder on the inside, but I feel like we have a hard surface and it's no BS. And I've been to a lot of other places and I haven't really, I don't know, there's just a certain feeling, but you only feel it if you're from here.
As for what sets us apart from the rest of the country,
We get all 4 seasons, and even though right now it's a little bit of an extreme sometimes, I think it definitely adds to the beauty of New England. You get to experience a little bit of everything, which of course goes with kind of us. You get a little taste of this, a little taste of that in our music.
You'll be able to catch the Wolff sisters on Friday. At Boston Calling this weekend, you'll also be able to see on Friday Ed Sheeran, Leon Bridges, Renee Rapp, Young the Giant, and Kieran Rhodes. Saturday, you'll see Tyler Childers, Trey Anastasio and Classic Tab, Khruangbin, Red Clay Strays, Ward Hayden and the Outliers, and Senseless Optimism. And on Sunday, it's The Killers, Hozier, Megan Thee Stallion, Chappell Roan, and Zola Simone. So, what's involved in building a music festival lineup? As you can imagine, it is a lot of work. You have to balance chart-topping artists with up-and-coming talent, all while spotlighting multiple genres. But we got the chance to sit down with Boston Calling booking director Peter Boyd to find out how he does it.
Well, we start with, pipe dream ideas, wishful thinking type ideas that we really would like to see at the festival that we haven't had before. And then it really boils down to availability. Not everyone you can't just book anybody, a lot of people have tour schedules, and some artists from overseas are only in the country for certain windows. And, we have to work around that because we only have, our window is Memorial Day. So it's who's available, who's on an album cycle with a new record. If someone has a new record out, we want to get them at the right time. And we sort of, from there, we try to curate the lineup to be diverse, but also sort of have a theme, who we haven't had, or sometimes, like the Killers, it's a band we've had before, but it's a good time to bring them back. It's the 20th anniversary of their big breakout record, Hot Fuss. Sometimes you get something that falls into your lap. We didn't necessarily think we'd get someone like Megan Thee Stallion this year, but she happened to be available, and she's a massive artist, and it was sort of just something we said, let's just go get it. We haven't had it before, so now was the time.
We are seeing the evolution of music in real time, and one thing that's fascinating to hear is how a single genre can take on so many different sounds without losing its integrity. That's Americana. And to learn more about it, we turn to a local expert, Berklee College of Music professor Ralph Jacadine. I'm curious too, and tell me if this is a little too, kumbaya, but when the world is so tumultuous, do you think on a deeper psychological level that people are seeking a connection to music that makes them proud, that makes them feel some connection to their own history without being overtly patriotic?
Yeah, I think what they want is they want connection to a tribe. They want to be around people there's a guy named Victor Wooten. He's a 6 Grammy Awards bass player. And he came to speak to my class. And he said, music's the only thing that really kind of brings people together. And I go, no. And this was years ago when Tom Brady was our Tom Brady.
And when he brought people together.
Right. And I said, there's 65,000 people for Tom Brady. And the Patriots, no, the Patriots do that too. And he goes, no. He goes, half of the people want Tom to win with the Patriots, the other half don't. There's competition, and they're not fighting or anything, but with music, if Taylor Swift or Springsteen's on stage, everybody's for them. That's why we're together. We love these people, and that is religion. That's spirit.
And that's what Americana is.
That is a powerful force, and Americana kind of brings that, because the whole essence of Americana music is it's never going to be really cool and hip, but it's taken city to city to city in live music as songs that really resonate.
Of the 12 local bands playing the Orange Stage here at Boston Calling, one is making a name for itself around the world. This is going to be a homecoming for Ward Hayden and the Outliers, who took us behind the scenes on their recent world tour.
All right, we are here in Gloucester, Massachusetts, playing tonight at the Cut Live with Ward Hayden and the Outliers.
From New England?
First time I think the band has ever played in Gloucester. Hopefully not the last. The venue looks amazing. And I must say, the whole town looks amazing. This is my kind of town.
All the way to Sweden. And the morning mix.
Breaking up with my hometown. I'm breaking up with my hometown. Breaking up with my hometown.
Ward Hayden and the Outliers have been bringing their signature sound to cheering audiences in growing numbers this year.
Drum issues, huh, Greg?
Always. Never the bass.
Drum issues, huh, Tyler?
It's always the drummers. Always.
Can't trust them.
The band is from Scituate, but it has a classic country sound infused with a bit of blues.
I grew up in a country music household. It was my mother's music. As I got older, the lyrics, the emotional components of the song just started to resonate more.
Now, their sound resonates with audiences here and overseas.
It's been really, really good to go over there. I kind of never left my hometown of Scituate until I got into my 20s. And it's just been so nice to go over there just to meet different people, experience different cultures, and the reception has been really nice.
The band has put out 9 full-length albums, and members Ward, Josh Kiggins, Cody Nilsson, and Greg Hall are ready to share their music and talents with fans at Boston Calling.
Catch us on the Orange Stage at 6:50 p.m., our first time at that great festival.
Still ahead, Bad Rabbits are back. Why the Boston band that played the first ever Boston Calling is so excited to return a decade later. And taking a look at some of the best ways to refuel during the festival. We sit down with 2 food vendors ready to savor the weekend and who look forward to serving thousands of music fans.
She's a piece of good news. She's a summer morning. She's my own anthem. She's a beat of nature. She's a different language. She makes me feel.
It is a triumphant return for a band that literally kicked off the first Boston Calling, and a lot's happened since then. As Courtney Cole shows us, Bad Rabbits are eager to show fans they're back.
Goonies never say die, and neither do Bad Rabbits. The band kicked things off at the first Boston Calling, playing the first notes. And more than a decade later, they're back.
Kind of humbling, and it's an honor to be able to participate a second time.
The founding members of Bad Rabbits, Fridua Bawacha on vocals, Sheil DeVay on the drums, and Salim Akram on guitar, have been together since 2007, back when they were called the Eclectic Collective.
I told him we should start a band. Salim linked up with Sheil because they've known each other since they were 12 years old, I think. The rest is history.
History that did include some rough patches, admitted by the band members themselves.
Yeah, we've had a lot of ups and downs in our friendship and ups and downs in the band, and I think now we're all at a great place. That's definitely translating into our music as well.
The original members say they made it through the tough times and are better for it, an added bassist Mike Landry in recent years. Bad Rabbits have a new album out, and it's given them renewed attention on the music scene. And they are far from done.
It's 25
25.
I was about to say 25 songs in the works.
And they plan to bring the best to the Boston Calling stage.
I'm honestly super stoked to have us play on Saturday with a group of it seems like more of a folky day. I feel like that creates like much more excitement.
And Bad Rabbits fans, get ready for more, a lot more. Courtney Cole, WBZ News.
When we come back, the veteran food vendor who shares his plans for returning to the Harvard Athletic Complex and the deliciousness he's bringing with him this year, and the new vendor who wants to up your mac and cheese game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Let's kick it off when you were 16 with a dream. You were calling the shots and they were calling you queen.
Concert goers come for the music, but it's the incredible food and drinks that keep people going through 3 days of sights and sounds they love. And Paula Eben is digging into some of the delicious items you'll be able to enjoy at Boston Calling, including one that is sure to be a fan favorite.
I was like, woo! To say that Sarah Wade, chef and owner of Mac Bar, is excited about Boston Calling would be an understatement.
You're feeling the vibe with the great music and you're like, you know what sounds good? A bowl of mac and cheese. How is that not delicious? Cold beverage, great tunes, face full of mac and cheese. The cheese to noodle ratio almost has to be like 50-50.
Mac Bar operates as a ghost kitchen, using other restaurants to cook what they need.
Mac Bar is this wild and crazy mac and cheese concept, all the craziest toppings you could ever imagine, all to go, delivered to your house.
And Sarah's mac and cheese is just one of the great options concert goers will have.
Then it'll cook for about 9 minutes under pressure.
Chris Parsons and his restaurant, Lily P's, will also be joining the festival with their specialty fried chicken.
We have some idea now how much food we might need.
This is Lily P's second year at Boston Calling, and Chris says his crew is less nervous this time around and more prepared to take it all in.
There's a bit of a, familial atmosphere there, and everyone's helping each other out. And you get there early in the morning before anyone's arrived. You see the crowds arrive, you feed everyone. We all take turns splitting off and seeing bands that we want to check out.
Chris is a banjo player himself and enjoys bringing in acts to perform at Lily P's.
And through Bluegrass Tuesdays, I've met so many musicians and so many very interesting people. Stuff very similar to the genre that brought me to this idea, like Lee Von Helm, the band, and all those kind of artists. I really love bluesy kind of stuff, some jazz.
And whether it's fried chicken, mac and cheese, or the 24 other options, music lovers will be enjoying great food and wonderful tunes.
I am looking forward to great music, listening to the Killers while we're slinging mac and cheese, and meeting lots of new people. I think it's going to be the best weekend.
They played an amazing show here last year, and we reunited with Coral Moons for a look back at their performance at Boston Calling and what it's been like since they played the festival in 2023. Boston Calling is a major music festival, and the build-up for the bands is intense. So what's it like after you take that final bow and walk off stage? We talked with the members of Coral Moons who played here last year about what that's like and what they learned.
It's been quite a year for Coral Moons. The group that formed in Boston now lives in upstate New York and was the first band to perform on the morning mix.
Winnebago, baby, travel with you.
Hey. Then they thrilled audiences at Boston Calling's Orange Stage. So what has life been like after the music festival?
Boston Calling was so special. It was a perfectly sunny day, 80 degrees. We were dancing around that stage like it was not that hot.
The band told WBZ Boston Calling was a day they'll never forget, one that extended late into the night.
We were asked to do a after party, which was really awesome, and it was at Bright Music Hall, so it was a day of us getting in super early, getting ready for the show, playing the set, giving our hearts to everybody, and then we ended up taking a nap on our school bus. That's our tour vehicle, because then we had a call time for the after party that was really late.
Post Boston Calling, Coral Moons has been touring, featured at the recent Town and City Festival in Lowell, and making new music.
So we have a lot of stuff coming out. Last year was a big prep year. We were in the studio a lot, getting our live chops together, and yeah, we have a lot of new music.
Their new album, Summer of You, is dropping next month, and they can't wait to play more of it for fans.
Something really cool about headlining your own show and seeing all your fans there and all these people that singing your music and have been along the ride like since we've started.
And they tell other Boston Calling bands, take time to take it all in.
Get ready for a wild ride. That's really it. It was an amazing experience.
Thanks for watching this Boston Calling Music Festival special. Have a great weekend and enjoy the show.